being local support meeting. Yay! We have Stella and Brent and Sam, and there's just lots to do. And I think in the ideal world, I'd have spent 2 hours preparing for this meeting so we could have it as efficiently as possible. I think I am making some progress in other areas. It's going to be looking at problems and seeing how we can fix them. Yeah, the big blocker being, gosh, what's it called? The
CI stuff.
Yeah, shall we do what I sometimes do in these meetings and just grab a text editor and just make sure that we've written down the key things that we want to get from this meeting. Let me put my screen share on here. I'm also painfully aware that I haven't done certain action items that I should have done, but such is life. We do our best. Yeah, I don't want the details of how to. No, go away. I'm sure it's a very nice operating system. Turn the camera around. Yes. So, Brent. So, as regards local support, what's on your mind?
Well, I've still got my local problems. I've spent maybe 3 or 4 hours this week trying to fix those, and I still haven't managed to fix them. I think I mentioned earlier in the week, I've got some time over the weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away everything I've got for local support and basically pull it down again and start from scratch and see if that works. I've tried removing in Node, removing all the everything that it uses in terms of npm Node. I've even reinstalled NVM and all of the different Node modules and things dependencies, and it still doesn't work, and it's still very unpredictable. Sometimes it fails, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird.
Yes, and as we were discussing the other day, I start to wonder if it's less to do with the node and more to do with the caching.
Yeah, I think that's what it's looking like. But it's weird that I've got it and other people don't have it.
But that's partly because the caching. I mean, I guess well, yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, maybe it's not. I mean, I say that partly because you were saying you pulled in that branch from somebody else, and we noticed that they had a lot of different cache files, and then it worked for you. But maybe that's just but maybe it's part of the broader unpredictability. That's the particular danger, I think, with an unpredictable system or what have you. Is it's easy to say like, well, it could be this change or it could be that change. So, yeah, that's obviously very frustrating and disturbing, and we would like to get to the bottom of it to ensure all our devs have predictability. Is there anything else on your mind about the project?
So the other thing is, obviously, I started that workflow, so it'd be great to get some feedback on that. I'd like to expand on it, but I just thought we'd get the draft up, and then that would go on a conversation. The other thing I wanted to talk about, which maybe we could talk about a little later, is is a specific ticket that was allocated to me quite some time ago.
Okay.
And that was regarding reaching out to some of the other volunteer place organizations to see about APIs.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Wonderful. Okay, so we'll make sure that we get all of these things. Stella, did you have any questions, concerns, things that you wanted to get figured out?
For my pull request, only.
Your audio cut out. It was something about on your pull request. You want to get some feedback on your pull request? I mean, maybe we've lost Stella's audio.
Yeah, she broke up for me as well, Sam, but I think Nicholas has joined us as well.
Yes. Hey, Nicholas, how are you doing? Or Nicola? Hey, nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Yep.
Great to have you with us. We're just sort of organizing the meeting and getting like a list of the different things that we're going to talk about in the meeting.
I did forget one thing, sorry.
Go on, Brent.
Sam, while we're waiting for Stella to sort her audio out. I'm going to post, what I'm thinking of doing is posting a Google survey link. to ask people, the pairing idea, like having set pairing times a week.
Oh yeah, right.
So over the weekend, I'll put together a survey so that people can really,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember your idea. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's support from Nicola there, and doing a survey to try and find out the times sounds great, Brent.
Cool.
Wonderful. Nicola, great to have you with us. Is there anything that you're blocked on for the project? Anything that you need to know? Any questions that you have?
Not yet. I did all the installation of local support, so but I didn't do the bug that I have assigned.
Okay.
Was the friendly? I think it was a number. Let me see. UX bug with upsearch. That one.
Yep. Right. We discussed the other week, didn't we? Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Do you need help with that, or it's just you hadn't had time for it yet?
I haven't had time, so I hope today I will take it. So
great. Cool. Oh, that's great. Yeah, good show. And then, so I think the things on my mind, we've got. I guess what I'm worried about is one, we've got CI failures. I think we have worked out the meeting time. There's 4 of us here. This will continue with this meeting time, which is 3 p.m. UTC, going on weekly, and hopefully we can get that into a stable time, and it will be good going forward. Stella, do jump in if and when you can hear us, or you can reconnect.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Great. Sorry, Stella, you were saying about your pull request.
I was saying since our meeting at 3 my time.
Yes.
I haven't had time to look at the PR really well, so I'll look at it. In case I get stuck, I'll request for a pair.
Okay, right. Yes. So that's great. I'm just. Why did I move that over there? Let me find the project. One of the things that's also on my mind is I feel like I'm behind in reviewing PRs and the board, and I also need to meet with the client that I really need to get done. Let's just have a look at the board here. Come in, board. Here's at least let's look at the pull requests. With Brent's help, we did manage to review this search local events for Octopinky. Yeah, Stella, you've got your pull request there, which is a great start. Yep. Let's have a little look here. So yeah, so just see what's happening here. Yeah, so positive feedback there. We pushed up and made some changes there. I kind of feel bad, like I should be giving more explanation of the changes that we made, Brent, but there's, who knows, looks like we're getting positive feedback there. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that latest branch down and try and run the tests on my machine as well.
Yeah, hopefully they should. I mean, and that's the short-term fix for. I mean, the CI I think is only failing on the Jasmine tests, and so a quick fix there could be just to like comment those out for the moment. I don't know how much value we get from them. When the CI is failing, the solution is, before we merge, we run things on. But it makes it difficult to know which pull requests are kind of ready for review and which ones are not. Yeah, there's certainly some things here, like some outstanding pull requests that need to be kind of taken in hand. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I should have more time next week, Sam. So if I can get my environment fixed over the weekend, I can probably try and look through some of those next week.
Good show. So we've got the things there. Meeting time, we're happy now. We've got our. This is 3 p.m. UTC. Yes. Okay. So the other thing that I was thinking of, was the action items. I'm just looking. I can see. Yeah. So in fact, Brent's done the workflow diagram. There was the pairing time you're working on there again, and I think the outstanding action items from like maybe the sort of retro that we had 2 or possibly even 3 weeks ago, if I can find them. Oh yeah, next one is. There's also for me is it's my calendaring my pairing times. calendar exam pairing times is Bin Zong. He wants to get pairing. Yeah, it was improving contributing MD and getting some pull request templates in, which is a suggestion from you, Brent, which I think is a great idea. I just haven't had the kind of mental bandwidth to do that yet. I guess I will get to it ultimately, but if people have suggestions for good pull request and issue templates, then by all means get them added and suggested.
Yeah, there's some really good ones on Sensu, so I'll dig them out and I'll post them into the channel. Yeah, I meant to do that last time. Apologies, I forgot.
No problem at all. No problem at all. We'll just start. So Brent, Sensu examples. Wonderful. Okay.
And I was hoping that if we can get more information in the workflow, that can help the contributing document. We can.
Oh yeah.
In there.
Totally. Well, let's look at the workflow the workflow document, which I think is of outstanding contribution from yourself, Brent. I know we've lost Stella. Hopefully she'll be able to rejoin in a bit. I think you did send me. Gosh, what is it?
The Lucid art. Yeah, it's in Lucid chart.
Lucid in my thing here. Yes, we've got a there. We can go to the document. We can bring it up. And accept the thing, and Stella's back. Yay, Stella's back. Here we go. So the background here for Stella and Nicola is that, yeah, Brent had this idea to kind of diagram the workflow for the project, which we've got various documents and things on, but it you know, yeah, I think great. I mean, I love it, and you've built in here, Brent, the colors of the buttons, haven't you, from Pivotal Tracker?
Yeah, well, I thought we'd start with Pivotal and then hopefully try and include the GitHub / Git workflow in there as well.
Sure.
In future versions of it.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. I we want to get this sort of front and center so people can find it. I think that the only possibly negative piece of is that in this section here, that there's quite a lot of text.
Yeah. In
this section, that I mean, maybe we need it. Maybe we need to cut it down. Maybe we need to add another image. But I think that shouldn't stop us. It's still a massive improvement on what we've got so far. I'm just going to see if I don't edit a spelling mistake there. But yeah. Any other? Yeah. Do you want to tell us anything else about it, Brent?
Not really. I mean, the purpose was to. So I found the Pivotal Tracker statuses a little bit. I didn't understand them very well, I guess, until we spoke last week, and I just thought if I was to get it down in some sort of data workflow, it would allow me to understand the process more.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Is it not letting you?
No, it looks like I'm in comment only mode, I guess. I don't know.
Let me double check. I'm sure I gave you full access. Just give me a second.
But so while Brent's off doing that, the other thing is, of course, what this meeting is also for is for voting on tickets. And if anybody has a story that they want to get voted on for the project, we can do that in this meeting. Don't have to, but just do have a look through and see if you have anything that you need. And while we're doing that, so I guess you mentioned, yeah, what we could be doing possibly with the image is trying to improve the contributing document here. And I wonder, would it be possible to kind of just have the image portion, and then so that we were kind of inserting the image and kind of like left shifting it, and then actually having the markdown text be editable in contributing? Do you know what I mean, Brent?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I've just checked. You definitely have got edit, so I'm not sure why.
Oh, I think it says like, oh, welcome to set your password to finish registering your account. Maybe it's just like
right.
not going to let me do stuff until I've properly been fully registered and organized. Okay.
But we could definitely just take and export it as a sort of image, and then, like you say, use Markdown to.
Yeah, I still can't seem to edit it, but yes, if you want to export, I mean, this is what I'm wondering about in the Markdown. Can we kind of left align the image so that the text will flow around it?
I think you can, can't you, in Markdown?
Yeah, certainly one would hope so. And then there's whether it can be done in GitHub Markdown. I mean, what I would, what one wants is the combination of the lovely image and then also the ease of the editability in the contributing.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a play with that and see if we can get that to work.
Great stuff. That it also reminds me that I had a sort of a mental to do is one of the things I've added to the contributing.for website. One is something that I've seen other places, which is like, rather than it being kind of dry thing like getting involved, project work is organized via this pivotal tracker instance. It's kind of, it doesn't, like, getting involved doesn't sound very exciting.
Doesn't sell it, no.
It doesn't really sell it. And I've noticed that other places are like, wow, what do you want to contribute? Woohoo! And so I've updated the website one thing. And strangely, I haven't been overwhelmed with more people wanting to contribute. Well, there were one or two. But I thought I would just kind of grab that. It's like getting things done and add that in the front here. And say to local support and, put more information. But so, yeah, we've got our Slack chat, which is local support. Weekly meetings. Yeah, I have to update that anyway. So that's that. And then was the contributing and then getting started. Getting started. Okay. So sorry, I'm kind of like burning if I'm doing that when I shouldn't be doing in a meeting. All right, I left it edited. I will fix it later. Okay. Right. So the workflow. Yeah. I guess Stella and Nicola. Any feedback for Brent about the workflow document? I think you can see more of the details in the channel.
The Slack channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the idea is great. Yeah.
Lovely.
Looks awesome to me.
Wonderful. Yeah. So I think that's a resounding endorsement.
And I think that it's as he said, that is a little bit more clear about how to contribute.
But there's some mistakes that should be removed on the writing, like on the second paragraph while working on the ticket, it's written whilst working on the ticket. Maybe a few mistakes, a few grammatical corrections.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Stella, for pointing those out. Yeah, and that's hopefully if we can get them into, if we can do this kind of like hybrid Markdown format, and that'll be easy for everybody to fix and collaborate on. Great. Okay, I'm going to put that in there, and then put getting started there. Yeah, and then there's what we've also, as well as the contributing OMD, what we'll sensibly need to make sure is that we've got the Agile Ventures. There's this other place that potentially people find out about us, which is the Agile Ventures Project Support, local support page here. And so we I think there used to be a video here that's kind of like disappeared. And so details, it's project pitch. That's the kind of action time for me, is to kind of get that sorted out. Yeah, I don't know, and that's like broken and not working. It's a bigger issue for Agile Ventures itself about how we coordinate, messages that are in the GitHub versus that are in the.
Is there any way does like Pivotal Tracker have some sort of widget you could place? Had an extra tab on there that lists all the. Oh, it's there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's and it's not so easily discoverable. Yes, it's sort of there. I find myself not really following. I mean, we've also got the local support notified channel where all the things can come through. But I feel like the challenge is having. I mean, there's people who come to us will purely discover us on GitHub, and there the contributing MD makes sense. I mean, I think probably what needs to be done with the documents on here is they're stripped down and just like, start following the, one truth on GitHub probably.
Yeah, point to GitHub, yeah, something, yeah.
So yeah, well, fantastic working on that document, Brent. So you wanted to mention about the specific ticket about the event API reach out?
Yeah, basically, response has not been great.
No.
And the one person who did respond has not responded to subsequent chasers.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it's just a dead end, really.
Yeah, that sounds sensible, and mark that as so. And I think we probably have to get the event functionality out and being kind of used by the client, and then once it's in place and we have something to show, potentially then that would be a different matter.
Yeah.
And Michael's joined us. Hey, Michael, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, apologies for the timing mix-up that I've put you under. I'm working on calendaring things to try and sort that out. And then Brent, you wanted to you're thinking about doing Google Server about pairing times. I
couldn't think of an easier way of doing it directly in Slack, so I thought just put a Google form up there with options and then get people's thoughts.
Yep, absolutely. And then, so I guess we've kind of covered everything. I would love to, look into the CI failure issue in more detail. I don't know that is there anything else that we definitely have to do as a group? I don't know that there is actually, unless people want to reflect on how things are going or they want to get tickets voted on.
Not on my side.
Yeah. And in fact, I had offered that I would start pairing with Michael. Actually, I guess in principle, we could wrap the meeting up now. And if that actually worked better for Michael, I could stick to the original pairing thing with him.
Okay.
Does anybody? I don't know, Brent. You've got another meeting at 4, haven't you? You've probably got to go off now.
Yeah. I need to be finished for 4. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So unless Stella or Nicola, if there's any other help that I need to give you now.
No. I'm okay.
No, for now I'm okay.
Great. All right. Well, I'll be available again in the scrum in 45 minutes. And actually, Michael, unless you've now rearranged heaven and earth, based on me saying we should do it an hour later, we could just go ahead and do your thing now.
All right.
All right. Cool. In that case, thanks everyone. I'll post the notes in there, and look forward to seeing you same time again next week, if not before in one of the scrums.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye.